Have you ever wondered why Japanese katanas are forged by folding them thousands of times? Most of us think it's this incredible art form, a quest for the perfect blade. But the real reason is actually a bit embarrassing. It wasn't about making the sword a masterpiece. It was because the iron available in Japan was so terrible. It was full of impurities and incredibly brittle. If they didn't fold it over and over, the sword would literally shatter like glass on the very first strike. So, it wasn't about exquisite craftsmanship, but more about metallurgical desperation, just trying to make a usable weapon from bad materials. Now, let's talk about the samurai themselves. Anime and movies have painted this picture of them as honorable warriors, the protectors of the common folk. But historical documents tell a much darker and frankly a more terrifying story. Samurai held a right known as Kiri-sute gomen. This translates to permission to cut down and leave. It gave them the legal power to kill anyone from a lower class who they felt was being disrespectful, and they would face no consequences. They weren't protectors. They were an untouchable class with a license to kill. But it gets even darker. There was a tradition called Tsujigiri, which means crossroads killing. When a samurai got a new sword, they'd naturally want to test its sharpness. So, how did they do it? They would go to a quiet crossroads at night, hide, and wait for an innocent person to walk by. Then, just to test the blade, they would ambush and try to cut the person down with a single stroke. Yes, you heard that right. They would murder a random stranger just to see if their new sword was sharp enough. These aren't just wild stories or urban legends. These practices are documented in court records and personal diaries from Japan's warring states period, showing just how disturbingly common these random acts of violence were. The so-called honor we see beneath the samurai's armor was, in reality, often built on the terror and suffering of ordinary people. So, what do you think about this dark history that you rarely see in anime or Hollywood? Has it changed your perception of the samurai? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and tell me, what other popular myths should I debunk next? Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching.